Welcome and hello, hello and welcome, welcome and hello, hello and welcome, welcome and hello, hello and welcome. It is Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. Thank you so much for joining me. It's me, little Danny Cornbread DiCarlo. Of course, they call me Cornbread out in Vegas because I am moist, doughy, and I crumble under pressure. They call me the tugboat because I am short in stature. I pull more than my own weight, and I'm rarely far from my home port. They call me Stubby Cohiba due to an unfortunate manscaping accident I had with my Vitamix blender in the late 1970s just outside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Kids, if this isn't obvious, never manscape with a blender. Extremely dangerous. Or you too could end up with a nickname, Stubby Cohiba. Anyway, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They call me Stock Karen. They call me Hurricane Lopez. They call me Danny Deals. They've never called me late for dinner. I don't know. I've been late a few times because I'm slow. It's like heavy people are actually late for dinner because we're slow. You hear that dinner bell ringing. It's those fit, six-pack ab guys that get there first. Us chunky guys come huffing and puffing in. Shit, they got all the chicken strips, pizza. I'll just have a nice salad. Anyway, that's kind of natural selection taking care of things. But anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Here's just here's a little thing I want to do with you guys and just point out a couple of stupid stocks. This really doesn't have anything to do with these two particular stocks because I own so many stocks. I ran out of fingers and toes times 10, times 20. I buy a lot of stocks and I take tracking positions and I build out positions over time. So I'm just pointing out these two because a lot of you guys have asked me, like, what do I look for? There's like basically 4 or 5 things that I look for. Is the chart, I look for fallen angels most of the time. I look for stocks that are shorted and depressed artificially that are way below what I believe to be their true value, like the hardware store. And then I look for that algo-driven walk down. Here it is on this stock. Okay, you see that algo walk down just most recently from 16. It was much, much higher. They walked it all the way down from 16 to like 275. But it's basically formed a really nice looking base here since the beginning of April. And it's tested the bottom like 4 times and then come off. What else do you notice here? During the walk down, the volume was just anemic. It would be like 100,000 shares a day, 70,000 shares a day. Now what are you seeing? Millions of shares per day. From 100,000 volume to 2 million. Now, when you see this ascending volume since April, you've just seen volume steadily increase. And this isn't just buyers, Mon Pock Heddle coming in, with turnip money or something. This isn't big turnip money. This isn't needlepoint money. These are institutions coming in. Okay, what do I look for? The chart forming this nice base, increasing volume. I look for the right institutional ownership. My brother, Blackrock, and our uncle, Vanguard, those are the main 2 I look for, but I also follow how Citadel is shorting. I follow a lot of different things. My mind is like the spider web, Pepe Sylvia situation from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It wouldn't make sense to anyone else if I told you, but I'm telling you, what I'm looking for. Also, I'm looking for, too much shorting on the stock. That's present on both these stocks. I'm also hopefully looking for positive fundamental catalysts, but if BlackRock thinks it's there, I'm not smart enough to question, BlackRock. And I know they own the whole market, but a lot of these stocks, they take outsized positions. And I'll just tell you, like with this company PROP, it's a tiny company. Insider ownership is almost 50%. Okay. And then institutional ownership, you see here, just basically recently went completely bonkers through the roof. It's still relatively small, but it went through the roof. What do you see here? Who are the major shareholders? Okay, Citadel, number 1. Okay, Vanguard is number 2, and they just increased their shares in this last filing 90%. There's another one they increased 321%. You go down a little bit, there's BlackRock, just increased 10% in their last filings. Geode is another one to watch, just increased 50% on their last filing. Okay, they were just included in this ETF. Another good sign. State Street, again, State Street raised 50%. So you can start, just follow the smart money. Just watch these stocks get walked down, bottom out, volume increasing, the shorts giving up, flipping, pushing it higher, and that's where you make the money in these bull runs. I mean, it's just that simple. And you start to look at the short interest on this stock. 20% of the free float. There's almost double that shares on loan, so less than 4 million short interest, 20%. 6.57 million cost to borrow, 13%. So it's a tiny company, it's a tiny short, but you guys know something about that. But it's just, the setup is there. 50% insider ownership, BlackRock increasing their position into the company. And if you look at how these guys build out their positions over time, just look at like Vanguard. I mean, you see the shares in welcome and hello and welcome to the greatest, the great Princess J. The great QT has also joined us. Thank you. Welcome and hello and welcome and hello to our live studio participants here. Hello and welcome. Anyway, guys, they are the absolute best. What an incredible family unit I am blessed with, even though I am a big, fat, obnoxious Karen. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Blessed with short, fat legs, lower back pain, adult acne, working on high blood sugar or low blood sugar. I always say you either have high blood sugar or low blood sugar. I get my blood sugars neutralized, like a fat guy and a thin guy and a teeter tatter. I feel like all my health issues like a push and pull. Never had the doctor tell me I'm too thin, that's for sure. Anyway, so I don't want to try to like parse this with you guys, but just trust me when I'm saying the right people are just starting to buy the stock, and it just based and volumes increasing. And that's when you want to take a look at these things. This Iovance is kind of the same thing. There's no insider, but the institutions own 82% of the stock. If you look at the top holders, again, Vanguard, they own 8% of the company. BlackRock, they own another 7.3% of the company. State Street, 3%. Geode again, 2%. I mean, you guys can look at these things for yourself. I mean, and it's the same exact chart. I mean, it's not the same exact chart, but it's the chart I look for. It's a fallen angel that fell too hard. Their therapy was approved. There's a lot of issues with the company. Again, I'm not going to try to break down the fundamentals of these companies right now. I don't know why it's not. I hate Yahoo. I have other services I could use and show you, but it's just problematic because they don't like this stuff like shared online. The things you subscribe to sometimes, especially if you're a big, fat, obnoxious jerk, they don't want their brand tarnished. Old Danny Deals. Nobody wants to hitch their wagon to old Danny. Nobody wants old Danny in their camp. I mean, they'd hire QT in an instant because she's cute. Same with Princess J. They don't want this. Nobody wants this to be the face of their company. Unless it's like Crow's Feet Inc., ticker symbol DANY. The shorts are hiring me to crash beauty product companies. Oh, Danny's using your new cream? Just crash the stock. Oh, I wanted to be the next Kylie Jenner. Didn't happen for me. Yeah, Carl. Growth names are under pressure, guys. These are. I mean, here's what happens with these things, guys. If you're gonna trade these things on a week-to-week basis, buy on Thursday and Friday, and then sell on Tuesday and Wednesday on pops, because the way retail plays these weekly calls and gets sucked in during. For some reason, retail thinks the week is Monday through Friday, and they. I have to panic on OPEX. You buy on OPEX when they push down. You sell on Tuesday on the pop. I'm telling you. Don't you guys know how to play? If you can't look at these weekly charts and figure out things that are completely obvious, you probably shouldn't be buying short dated calls, because you're getting your ass handed to you every single week and you know it. And I could help you, but I don't want to, because I hate you guys. No, so this, I don't know why this thing won't load, guys. Apologies. I hate Yahoo. Perhaps it's my third-rate internet. I still have dial-up. Wah, wah. But anyway, you can see how this thing. Okay, so fell off a cliff here. There was some negative news. I read about what it was. It was EPS was terrible. There was all kinds of stuff. Basically, their earnings fell. They had done the previous quarter 74 million, then their earnings fell like 50 million. There's all kinds of reasons for that. A couple primary reasons, but again, I'll let you guys read about the fundamentals. If I end up building up significant positions in these stocks and they actually become a significant part of my portfolio where I'm trying to like make serious money on them, but right now I'm just kind of tracking, you know. But today the dips were just too attractive for me. Sometimes I'll start to do research on a stock, I'll start to do my due diligence, and I'll be like halfway there or 60% of the way there. I usually don't buy until I'm like 90% of the way there. It's like Joe in Reservoir Dogs. You know, what I'd do if I wasn't 100%. When I get back, my book better be on the table. Stop pointing that gun at my dad. Rest in peace, Chris Penn. I know you. Stop pointing that gun at my dad. You're going to bark, little dog. You're going to bite. That's my Michael Madsen. Excuse me, what did you say? You heard me. No, I'd like you to repeat it. That's my Harvey Keitel. I have to, like, with all my impressions, I have to tell you who it is. That's how you know you're a good impressionist. You have to announce every impression. That's my Danny Deals. Doing an impression of a fat guy. Talking about stocks like a big dummy. What's going on? The great Naughty Lurker is here. The greatest wrench in the history of U-Turd. And pretty handsome for a bald guy, I'll tell you. Mrs. Orker will tell you. Back to work. Naughty Lurker, back to work. Having fun. Out on the lake. Captain Lurker. Now back to Worker Lurker. Sorry, man. Apologies. All vacations have to end, you know? Know what I mean? Anyway, guys, so I'm talking Iovance. I don't even know how to say it. I'm not too deep into these companies. I'm only skin deep on these things, but they're undervalued. I mean, an analyst just came out and reaffirmed his price target with a buy at 25. Analysts are all over these things. To me, it's like these stocks aren't going to go to zero. And they have an approved therapy. It's got a ramp, but it's complicated. This is what happened with GMDA when that went bankrupt. People get FDA approval. You get FDA approval FDA approval is not the same thing as revenue. FDA approval is not the same thing as a successful commercial launch. FDA approval is not the same thing as standing up a nationwide sales organization. That's why you need a partner. Again, I don't know that anybody should be buying these stocks. I don't even know that I should be buying them. But I just want to tell you guys a lot earlier in the game that these stocks are on my radar screen. Let me take a look at the short on IOVA, just for, you know, shits and giggles. Take a look at this short. Yeah, so it's cost to borrow is almost nothing on this guy. So yeah, short interest of free float. This is what when there's a really, really high short, and then the shares on loan, short interest are exactly the same, and cost to borrow is almost nothing. That tells me the call is coming from inside the house, that the shorts and the longs are basically the same institutions that walk the stock down and have an interest in holding it down at a certain level. Again, what I'm trying to say, guys, in a very long-winded, chubby way, is that these stocks are setups. They're algo walk down. It's programmed. They know what they're doing. They're going to make money on calls. They're going to make money stopping retail out. They're going to make money beating swing traders. They're going to make money during the day beating day traders. They're just going to take a big club and just beat you over your ugly, stupid head with it. Because you're just like your grandma always said, you're stupid, you're slow, you're late to the party, and you're never going to amount to nothing. Guys, again, YouTube demos, YouTube analytics, extremely, extremely detailed. I have a very ugly audience. And I'm loath to say that because I love you guys. I hate you guys. I can't remember. But YouTube is telling me I have an extremely ugly audience. Poorly endowed audience as well, my male viewers. So I don't know, guys. It's a hard luck club. Misery loves company. It's probably why you're here. You're broke with a small, tiny wang. You're in a bankroll even smaller. A microscopic bankroll. Your wang's not microscopic. It's only tiny, and your bankroll's microscopic. So you've got issues. You're probably frantically buying calls that expire tomorrow. I know it's going to go to 6. You don't know nothing. It's probably going to crash the minute you buy it. If you're a weak sauce turd, as am I, as luck would have it. Anyway, yeah, so this video wasn't really about anything, but Iovance Prairie Operating Company, PROP and IOVA. I don't even know what these companies are. I don't know what they do. I don't know where they're located. I don't know what they make. I don't know what they sell. I don't know anything. Just use your imagination and imagine I am a complete idiot. Just willing suspension of disbelief. I know it's hard. I know you gotta really, really focus, but imagine I'm just a big, fat, loud idiot who doesn't really know anything about anything and just likes to come on and just, flap my jaw. Just like to, fill a little airtime. So anyway, these are two really nice setups. Will they go anywhere? To be determined. I mean, these are the kind of thing that if you get in right at the bottom of the base, it only has to recover like 10% of what it lost, and you can make a hell of a lot of money, particularly if you're playing dummy calls, silly Billy calls. Little swing turder, 3-month, 6-month calls, little 12-month calls, little dipsy do, little game of how's your mom, little nudge nudge. Oh, Lisa, that's the absolute worst. You get everything out of the box, one of those big things, bunch of parts, and you're missing a couple of parts. You can't put it together. Possibly don't have an Allen wrench. Possibly don't have a socket set, or the one socket you need isn't there. Oh, yeah, a 9/16 extended. Who has that? Or they give you little plastic ones. I had one of those floating around the house the other day. And the great Princess J asked me to throw it away. And I picked it up. I looked at it because I have the attention span of a glowfly. I went and I set it down on her shoe rack. And then like 2 seconds later, she walked by, picked it up again. Just, I think, looked at me and I don't know. She still maintains hope somehow, but yeah, it's not easy. Anyway, guys, everybody stopped watching and the show is terrible. So I'm going to bail out of this one. And if I can sneak away. Yeah, they only missed 7 pieces, Lisa. That's great. Yeah, Chuck Mangione, he's good. It's Megalomart. Annoying. Okay, guys. Not a lurkers here. Worker lurker. Brian with the Y's here. The great Justin Malouk. The great Malouk. I believe he owns some casinos in Vegas. What is it? I think he used to own the Sacramento Kings. Great Justin Malouk. It's the great Payush Bot. Comes straight up. Oh, rest in peace, Hulkster. Yeah. Running wild in heaven. Yeah, Carl. They're just getting hit. It's just profit taking. They know they're going to get pushed down for OPEX tomorrow. So I think people are just getting out ahead of the game. They're seeing that weekly curve. But SMCI is holding up very nicely. SoFi is doing fine. Neo got hit pretty hard, but that's Neo. They're always hitting Neo. Just do a quick check. Yeah, it's at 480. It's okay. It's a little, it's just coming off at 350. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just a little bit of retracement there. In terms of super micro, just give you guys a little quick check. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. 52.64 actually green today. SoFi, let's see what SoFi is doing. Yeah, SoFi is doing really well, just down 10 cents, still holding that 21.50 area. CRISPR, they really hit hard earlier in the day. They do that waterfall on it. And if volume's not there on CRISPR, it's really easy to hit because there's just not a lot of liquidity on the stock. That, to me, what makes it a dangerous stock to short is also what makes it an easy stock to control, is that there's just not a lot of liquidity. And if it's a low volume day and institutions don't have any interest, very, very easy to, just push the stock down and hold it where you want it. But if you look at the 5-day on CRISPR, I would still say it's neutral or in a slight uptrend, but you're just sort of seeing the bottom of this test like here and here, and then tends to shoot back up. But it's just anybody's guess what's going to happen with this stock. But I'm not super worried about it when I see this. I still think it's clearly in an uptrend. There's still some pretty nice volume, not really high, but not too bad. I don't know. This could be a top. It could be profit taking. Certainly shorts are trying to convince you it's a top and trying to declare it's a top. Whether it is or it isn't is really up to institutions and not lowly turds such as myself. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys joining me. Would like to thank the great QT. Would like to thank the greatest of the greats, Princess J, for just everything she does in terms of tolerating me. It is... it's not easy work, guys. It's not easy work. I just heard her sigh loudly in agreeance with my sentiments. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Just kind of substituting you turds for the therapy I should be getting. Anyway, guys, would like to also thank, of course, Not a Lurker, Alberto Bertie Avalas, if he was here, the great Payush, and all the rest of you. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you. Peace. I'm out.